Welcome everyone to another episode of Tales of Elordial, A Wound in the Wind.
Jumping the gun a little bit. Just keep going.
We are Myth and Mischief.
We're the mischief. He's the myth.
Yeah. My name is Lachie James. I am your GM, and here we have
Nat.
Joe.
Symone.
Jack.
I didn't introduce them this time. Threw them in the deep end. So
Fine, they'll know it in like another episode. We don't have to do this anymore.
if you want to find us on socials and such, that'll all be in the description. Rather than any long talking there this time, I think we just jump straight back into it because it's late and we're all tired. Let's do this.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm wide awake. 3 hours, baby!
That's how many hours Jack's been awake. He's just really lazy. Last time, our characters, our heroes, I guess, maybe soon to be, not so far, were in this small village of 10 trees in the Calgaria Peninsula, a region of the nation of Eteria. A land of stone, mountains, coasts, forests. It's really a lot of biomes in one place, actually.
I love Minecraft.
All of them going about the festival of Vernalia. We met one character who was hiding in the trees nearby for some unknown reason. Another, a guard in the town. Another, an older, perhaps powerful person in the village. And the fourth one, a maybe a little arrogant actor.
I don't know what you're talking about.
As everything was drawing on for a normal festival, because this is a game of D&D, something had to go horribly wrong. And so the sky was torn asunder with a vibration like a horrible dissonance that made everyone's ears bleed and everyone fall to the ground. Undulating black and purple, the sky was no more, and crystals rained down. The villagers fled in the direction of the fort, some separated from friends. Fenelon, a friend of Knives, having been rushed off to her father's home, the forge, while the rest of you made your way, hoping and trying to help their actor buddies.
It's a heroic boy.
Very heroic. Aside from, reading out a thing that seemingly
That wasn't my fault. It was DM's fault.
With that, creatures began to crawl through the holes that were split in the world. Things, even the ground now trembling and shuddering. As finally everyone rushed through the gates, pushed back the creatures with some losses, slammed the gates shut, and rushed into the stone fort, hoping that it can hold up against the still ongoing rain of crystals and chaos. So, coming in that gate, just behind you, just slipping through as it closes, you have Paula Provaret and Dominic Lendenorm, his full name, staggering into the fort. The fort doors shutting behind you as you all take shelter. All around you, people weep. Some you hear crying out for people who they lost, whether losing track of them outside or perhaps lost forever. It's hard to tell. You all take a moment to breathe and stagger as everyone kind of reels from what just happened. And then, without giving you barely a moment, the blame starts to be thrown. Bellathasarian, a villager who had previously spoken out, disliking outsiders somewhat, leaps up, rushes over to you, Felix, and goes to grab you by the collar, yelling, "You did this! What did you do?"
Well, I'm gonna start by not letting him grab me. He probably grabs me.
What'd you get?
I think I got a 20, not 20, I think I got a 12. but I'm just checking. Yeah, I got a 12.
You dart back out of the way and she grabs at air as you move. She... Get over here, you little shit. This is your fault. What have you done to us? You saw this, all right? Everyone starts like backing away from the conflict. This was your fault.
Don't answer her. I just kind of look over to Dominic. Why did you change the script?
What? I don't remember anything at all.
The script, you changed it. You handed it to me. It was different. What happened?
No, I didn't.
You did.
I jumped off the scaffolding and then I watched the play. I don't know what you're talking about.
Paula, did you authorize for the script to be changed?
No, of course not. Of course none of this matters. Bella gets right up in your face, still kind of grabbing at you.
It absolutely matters.
How does it matter? You're the one who spoke those devil words.
And I was the one trying to save people while you were running for your life.
You hear a voiceover from the back. It's true. He saved me. He waved his hand and the rocks stopped falling. I'm going to get you to make a persuasion or perhaps intimidation. I think persuasion. Check here.
I don't know why I'm rolling twice. I'm being me. Luckily for me, 19.
I rolled an 18. They don't have a bonus.
Rather than pointing fingers, let's actually figure out what happened.
And then Burrow, staggering up, blood kind of oozing out of his leg.
Indeed. I think we all need answers to this. Well, calm yourself. And
Another villager, massive, burly man, maybe over 6 foot tall, starts walking up towards Bella, and Burrow raises an eyebrow. Hidel, sit down. This is Hidel Thessarian, Bella's husband, for those of you who know the village. And he goes, I think my wife had something to say here. I think she might have been right about it. Burrow goes, let's all calm ourselves. Let's calm down. Another person in the crowd, the child from the woods, stands up and goes, it's her! Juniper! It's her! It's the scary lady from the woods! And goes like rushing over to you and grabs you around the knee.
Okay. You're not from here.
No, I'm not.
Are you part of the festival?
No. I don't know where I am.
Did you come out of the earth or the sky?
No. Don't know where I came from. I fell.
You fell.
I will say in Sylvan, surely you know something. You're very clearly not from here. Where are you from? Few speak this tongue.
I think this is not my world.
What do you mean?
I was in my world, and then now I'm here. No one is like me except everyone here, but they are all different.
What world do you speak of?
As you're having this conversation in a language no one else in the room speaks,
Yeah, I fully just
Bella,
forgot.
Bella once again goes, see? The devil tongue! They both speak it! They're in on it together! It's them!
Something tells me thinking is not really your strong suit.
Lady, you need to sit down.
Let us have a civil conversation while we figure this out.
Terence now speaks up and staggering up to you with the other guard on the side, goes, Knives, in the order of the king, arrest those two, now!
I walk up and start trying to arrest him.
I'm going to keep talking to her while this is happening.
Do they have jurisdiction in Tentris? They do?
Technically a nation, part of Atira.
What? What world? What world do you speak?
Don't touch me.
You, other guard.
I don't think
The other guard goes,
Don't you dare.
looks to Terence. Terence goes, if she will not cooperate, restrain her. And then Burrow steps forward and goes,
Hidletal Bishop, this is still
my town.
Hello.
Young lady. He kind of squats down a bit because he's very tall.
You just got me restrained. It was.
I'm a little tall.
Would you consent to leave this room to have a conversation elsewhere?
Yes.
Excellent.
If she is from a new place, I do not know how well she speaks her tongue. Maybe I could come along and translate.
I think perhaps you might have some things to add to this conversation. Yes.
Splendid. Now, can you ask this giant mass of muscle to let me go, please? As flattering as this is.
I will ask politely. You are not under my command. Are you agreeing to come and have this conversation?
Of course, that's all I wanted. People were getting in my way.
Excellent. If you are willing to let him go, Juniper, Terence, perhaps all of us can adjourn to another room. He then sort of steps back. Everyone, be calm. I will find out the truth of this situation. Me and Juniper will handle this. I promise you, whoever is responsible, he does briefly make eye contact with both of you here, will be punished appropriately. And only where blame is due.
Sensible.
He then goes to the other guard, Josh, and says, keep an eye on
I'm not really getting a sense of Josh's character. Can you give me some...
Well, not yet.
We'll get there.
Okay,
I
sorry.
think he grew up in a hutch.
I'm jumping the gun a little bit.
Does he have
He's a hutch owner's son.
Maybe he does.
Was he a baker before becoming a
This isn't an
very
inside
good
joke.
We're just idiots.
We're just on the same wavelength.
Josh, if you would watch everyone here and make sure nothing gets out of hand. Hidel, Bella, you as well. Keep an eye on everyone and make sure everyone stays calm. You see the big muscular man and his, now you look, equally muscular wife, just a little shorter, kind of. All right, we'll watch them, Lord Burrow. We will.
Can I quickly roll a retroactive or retrospective? What's the word? From the
What are you
past. Like
Time traveling.
something that I missed.
Yep.
Insight on
Radio.
Dominic.
Sure, for what?
When I was saying, why did you change the script? And he had no idea what I was
go for
talking about. 10.
Cool. He really had no idea what you were talking about.
Make sure that that man is okay. I just kind of give him a glance as I go with.
Burrow looks at Terence and Terence goes, yes, look after him. He looks like he's been injured and he is rather old. Must be cared for. I do declare it. Now let's go. They all start to walk away.
As we're going to leave, I'm going to walk up to Josh and put my hand on his shoulder. I know you were close with June. I'm sorry for your loss. We'll have a proper memorial after this is all done.
He kind of straightens his back. You see a tear comes out of his eyes and he... Thank you. Thank you. We will see that everyone will be better.
Aye,
We're going to be all right, yeah?
of course. Of course we are.
Okay. All right, everyone, stay calm. You begin to move away.
I do a little flourish of fireworks for the kids.
Yeah.
I'm sure it does nothing, but I do it anyway.
So, you head into the bowels of the fort, up to a private room that you would know as probably the sitting room you were in before, actually, when we introduced you.
My bedroom.
Yes, we all just walk into Juniper's bedroom. Just still like dirty washing on the floor, just like...
No, don't look at that.
Pile of twigs and leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not actually closed.
Yeah. All walk in and Terence goes, door behind us, if you would, Red Horn.
Red Horn.
All right. Now, he just sort of pushes in front of Burrow. Who sent you? Was it Marvid?
Marvid.
I hear
Who's
your accent.
Marvid?
You're very presumptuous, aren't you? I've been here for very long.
That doesn't mean you couldn't be a deep cover agent. Perhaps Va. They're the ones who have the power to do this, right? They could have torn the sky.
Who?
Who is this man?
Okay. Can you at least just tell us what you do remember about getting here?
Indeed. Well said.
Yeah.
I was in the forest, and then I was not in my forest. So I tried to go back to my forest through the trees, as you do, and then it didn't work, and I think I probably knocked myself out for a little bit. So I went to the village because I heard some things, and then people were scared of me. So I've been hiding in the trees, and I have been stealing bread and such things to live.
Now, you mentioned before about the trees and being able to move through the trees.
Yes, where is your trees? Where is your tree to get away from things and to go through?
Is this a specific tree or any tree?
All trees.
All trees.
You don't have those trees here.
We have trees.
I've walked into your trees and they don't do what I want them to do.
Right.
Does everyone speak your tongue? From where you're from, everyone speaks this Sylvan language, the Fey language. This is a Fey realm, correct?
Yes. Yes. I do now.
Speaking of tongues, couldn't help but notice you started speaking Infernal.
Sorry,
He
what?
was speaking my language,
I'm sorry.
and then he was not.
Sorry, I was a bit distracted. Say that again.
I couldn't help but notice you were speaking Infernal on the stage.
What is this infernal?
I assure you, I know many tongues from many places. I do not know yours. It took me long enough to grasp hers, but infernal.
Yes, indeed. What is this infernal you speak of? I've never heard of this tongue.
You are very annoying.
I want.
I am the chosen representative
Can
of
you
King
please
Tayuka.
Stop interrupting.
How dare
We
you?
are making progress, and you keep. I want to be perfectly clear. I read whatever changes Dominic made to the script, the last-minute change that he seems to be unfamiliar of, and I don't know what happened. I've toyed with the nature of creation and magic and the river and all of these things, but I was entranced. Like, my words were not my own, and I don't know what brought it on.
You summoned whatever that is in the sky.
I want to inside check what you're saying.
Insight? Yeah, go for it.
Bura is acting under the same. As is Terrence. Actually, no. Terrence just doesn't believe you. He's Terrence.
19.
I want to as well.
I really want to.
I'm glad he's as hateable as I intended him to be.
As soon as you can, I'm like,
20.
no. No, Terrence.
You can read through like a book.
Well, I was going to say, if I'm lying or telling the truth, the role matters the same way. I beat all of you.
Damn it.
But he is 100% telling the truth. It's like he doesn't know what happened. He kind of clicked into the situation as it was happening and could not stop himself. And he's just trying to figure this out.
I want to inside check what you're saying too.
I admit, it is not a language I have heard for many, many years.
It's a language that I have attempted to dabble with and could never quite grasp it. It's very dark in nature.
I myself only really know the basics that my mother taught me when I was a child.
If I can get you both, there's a little bit of a lore thing here. Can I get you both to make a history check for me?
I think it's 14.
14.
14?
Yeah, it's 14.
You didn't just get taught it, you kind of innately know it.
Oh.
It's actually one of the things that is kind of it gets tieflings frowned upon, is that they innately know like dark speech, basically. So like some people have been like, scholars have theorized that it's because their soul is twisted and turned to evil before they're even able to draw breath. So there's all sorts of things about that, but it basically means that you just know it. You would have been still, like, not all of it. Your mother still taught you some, as you said, but it very much is a thing where, like, had you never been taught, you still probably would have followed some of the words.
I know mere phrases, not incantations, not anything to bring about any dark magic or any of this. What was I saying?
It was pretty dark stuff about tearing open the sky and summoning forth demons.
And also,
And
very interestingly, it was also about just a whole bunch of curse words. So specifically, there was a lot of chanting and things about splitting the sky, summoning demons, and then it was like just occasionally like he's singing in Sylvan and then just drops an F word or says your mother was a pansy or any sort of weird thing, like really dumb, stupid insults that like you wouldn't even use. They're just like kind of stupid. Yeah.
That certainly sounds like me, but I assure you, I think I know one curse word. Swine. How dare you? Just decks me.
Nutsack. Yes.
Yeah. That's exactly the sort of thing that would have been in it.
My magical pursuits have been very private and for visual flair alone. I do not know what this is. But it was not me. It's not things that I'm capable of. I'm a bard. I'm an actor. I'm not that attuned to the river of creation and any of that. I don't know what to say otherwise.
Ridiculous. It had to have been you. You've read out the incantation and you were there to help.
And Bulro then steps forward and says,
This man.
Can I kill him?
Terrence backs up and goes, nice, be ready.
Wouldn't recommend it.
In Sylvan, I say, as much as that would be delightful, probably not the thing to say at the moment. Wear it on thin ice as is.
I see.
If I don't make it out of this room, the king will burn this place to the ground in my name.
Very pompous.
Okay, so we've established that you don't know what happened. Have you seen anything from the place that you're from?
No.
Do you recognize these creatures? Have you seen the sky do such a thing?
Nothing would be.
Make let's just say perception or investigation, either's fine. Or arcana, any of the three.
It's a very big coincidence that you came here on the same day that this happened, so...
No, I've been here for a few days.
Yes, remember the reports of the stolen food. I'm assuming that was you.
That was me. I was not welcomed into the town.
You should have come to us. We would have welcomed you.
I rolled a 2.
We didn't see you in the town.
No, you don't recognize anything.
No, I do not.
Okay, well, we're just a room full of people who don't know what's going on.
It does appear that is the case.
Yeah.
Which is why I would very much like to speak to Dominic again. Maybe Paula. I did not get a proper chance to actually speak to her.
Bring them in.
It'll be done.
Where?
Are there any windows in here? Peek out a window.
As you look out, you can see it appears the creatures have now somewhat scattered. I have an injured finger. The creatures have somewhat scattered, but every now and then you see one moving around out there.
Getting out is going to be complicated.
Then right up on the window. One comes up.
Fuck.
Nice. As that happens, Buro moves up with his staff and just hits it straight off, and it goes falling out. Yeah. And it just goes sailing off, and
Well, that was fun.
Let's do it again.
I like it.
perhaps while you are out there, if you could secure the fort. See that Josh does.
Aye.
Where are we? Where are we? What
She
is
could
this
tell
place?
you best.
You don't know where this is?
I'm
not
not
from here.
from here.
I think we've established this.
All right. I don't know
let's
him.
keep civil. There's no need to be
I'm
combative.
sorry.
And you don't know who I am?
No.
No. She doesn't know who I am.
Are you important? In Sylvan? Seriously, these people?
I don't know that they're quite grasping the concept, but he's very clearly laughing despite speaking in Sylvan.
It is impolite to speak in another language in front of others, you know, if you know they don't speak it.
Well, think of it from my perspective. I'm from another land. Everyone speaks a language outside of me all
Very
the
true.
time.
Everything has a perspective. Very, very fair. You're good with words, aren't you?
Well, it's kind of what I'm paid for.
So you were paid
Oh,
to use your words.
I was supposed to be paid, but I don't think that'll be happening anytime soon. Everything's kind of a bit kaput.
And who paid you exactly?
I just said I don't think I'm guilty. Oh,
No, you
Paula.
didn't say.
She's my...
You mean for the play?
Yes, what did you think I meant?
I thought maybe I'd caught you out admitting to getting paid to
No.
split the sky open.
Do you take me for a fool?
I don't know.
I think
barely
you
know.
do. I'm certain you do. I'm offended. Really?
Now, no need to be. I kind of think everyone's a fool until I've met them properly.
Now that I agree with.
Most people are.
Absolutely.
You come back in now with Dominic and Paula. If I could get you, if you want to secure the fort, just make like a military check.
You need more skill checks.
Yeah, I've already had like multiple situations where
I
I'm
want
like, "There's not
strategy
skill for this." Let's just call it an intelligence with proficiency, because I think you'd know how to secure a building. So
12.
12. Okay, so you move around, sort of get Josh to go to some of the windows and that sort of stuff and secure everything up. Josh starts to board things up. You quickly see that there's actually been some damage to the fort, and you and Josh find one of these creatures and are forced to like quickly kill it before it can get through. Won't make you actually roll for that. You do it. It can't attack, it's in a wall. And then Josh basically you can quickly realize basically we're going to need to secure the fort by like boarding things up.
Yep.
And there's currently one guard and you. There's not enough people to protect this place. So when you get back, you arrive back with Dominic and Paula.
I have brought Dominic and Paula.
Well, first off, Dominic, how are you? I don't know why I'm looking at nothing. Dominic, how are you feeling?
You lost a lot of blood.
Actually,
What happened? Where am I?
you say you have no memory of handing me an altered script.
No, I didn't.
I already rolled.
Why would I have done that?
That's a fantastic question. Maybe someone who's a bit better with people than me.
So there was an altered script. Of course there wasn't. He's lying. He's covering for himself. This was an attack, wasn't it? Var sent you to test some kind of weapon.
Excuse me, what is your title here? What do you do exactly?
I am here to tell Terence Bishop of the Financial Academy.
You practice that a lot at home. You seem very well rehearsed. Maybe let the adults speak for a little bit. You're getting in the way.
I am sent by the
Okay.
king.
All right. Do you remember holding the script?
To Dominic, I mean.
Yeah.
Felix laughs the way you're speaking to him.
No.
I mean, yes, of course, when I was practicing my own lines.
Okay. And
Where is Sand? Did he make it?
That's, I would, Paula.
I haven't seen him. I don't know.
No, he's probably dead.
Have a little bit more sensitivity, you know.
and,
Some people
and
might be
did you
hurt.
talk to anyone strange today? Someone you didn't recognize? Well, not that you didn't recognize, but did anyone touch the script when you were holding it?
No. No, not at all. No. I mean, I don't need to remember my lines. I'm quite on top of it. Most of the time.
Dominic, if there's any time to be honest with yourself, now is it?
No, okay, maybe sometimes I don't remember my lines, but I honestly, I didn't read it today. I didn't need to. It was...
Paula, you never got a chance to answer my question. Did you confirm any change in script?
No, I didn't. Of course not. Why would we change the script in the middle of a performance? That's insane.
Well, you are quite spontaneous. I didn't question it, but maybe I should have.
I mean, I suppose a couple of changes to a scene in reaction, but no, making you sing a different song, that would be insanity.
This is quite challenging.
Do you still have the script?
No, believe it or not, I dropped everything, including my lute. Fuck.
Right.
Shit. That cost a lot of money. But no, I do not have the script. If you want to go out and venture for it, well, that would be fascinating, but seems like a poor idea. As useful information it might be.
But perhaps it isn't, and perhaps there you have hit upon the solution to our problem.
To go find the script.
Well, see, the way I see it, and interrupt me if you have a thought that I don't, Juniper. I greatly value your opinion here.
Please do, I don't like where this is going.
Well, the way I see it, right now, the village thinks you two are responsible. They probably don't trust you particularly well either. As terrible as that is, it is what it is. We're a fairly insular people, and you are notably outsiders. If you were to help them, help us, clear your names, find what happened, perhaps solve some of the problems we're facing.
You want to do a deal?
It's not so much a deal, it's an offer. I also think you're not going to be safe in here particularly. The village is going to be looking for someone to blame, and we can only protect you so far. There's only 2 of us with weapons remaining. I can talk, but I'm not going to strike someone down if a fight breaks out. I'll break it up, but someone's going to get hurt.
I feel like I get it that everyone wants to point fingers and find a villain in all this, but wouldn't it be more productive to deal with the crisis at hand than go searching for a script?
Did you have a way to do that?
No, but this just seems like wasted time and effort when we could maybe be coming up with better ideas.
I would agree. Perhaps the script is a secondary objective.
Are the crystals still falling?
Yeah,
Or is it-
you can see out the window every
Yeah.
now and then. One hits.
And the hole
it's
is getting
way less
bigger?
frequent now, though.
Okay.
You can't see the hole. There's big old. I didn't even say that at the start. And then the god of the wind swept in and blocked out the sky. Needed that in my recap.
Just a minor.
Small detail.
a minor.
Go watch the episode, you'll get it.
If you're here and you haven't watched episode 1,
What are you doing?
Well, we're...
I suppose it might point us in the right direction. Fuck.
Have we got any other ideas? Anyone?
I'm all ears.
Because we do need to think of something.
That
We
would
can't
be
be in
good.
here forever.
Is there a secondary entrance out of this fort?
Yes, there is. Back garden. You could head out that direction if you wished. It leads up into the mountain.
That sounds delightful.
Well, it seems like we might have some kind of idea.
We are going back into town.
I think I'm more inclined to deal with this problem and then just leave.
You hear,
have to fix
as you're thinking about this, and then the door gets thrown open, and Burrow turns around with a raised eyebrow, and panting and sweating, Emmett bursts in. Fidelion's missing, and lots of other people, and Bilfred, and and Grania lost her daughter. And did I interrupt something?
Who is this child?
We're trying to deal with it, okay?
Very familiar.
Right, sorry. Someone talked to me about that. We don't have any food. Burrow smiles wryly and nods. Without any idea exactly of how long we'll be in this fort. We have just used up all of our food stocks for the festival.
That seems
How
very dumb.
inconvenient.
Well, under normal circumstances, there would soon be another harvest. And it would not matter. Additionally, Emmett interrupts. One of the farms is fine.
Is it?
Yes. Landdown Farm, where I work. It's they've still got all their crops. They were trying to.
How do you know?
Because I work there. So the mill, it's been like out of commission. It hasn't been working. Bilfred, remember, he was working on the parts. So it hasn't been able to grind up all the grain yet. So Cassini wanted to. They had to kind of wait. They couldn't ship out the grain yet because you can't just ship out whole corn. You've got to get it made up into corn flour.
Boy, take a breath.
Okay.
Try again.
Okay. All right. I'm good.
Continue.
All right. So, the farm couldn't take out their grain because the mill has been out of commission for a bit. They had some damage, they've been doing some renovations, so they've been trying to fix it, and they haven't been able to take all of our grain, which means there's still grain. Plus, because it's privately owned, they maybe didn't commit as much as everyone else did to the festival. They were going to sell it. There's enough for days at least.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going into town to look for a script, and then we're going to get grain. And your friend.
It doesn't sound like it deals with the issue of the giant insects.
How far is the next town from this town?
I wonder how nice these gemstones are. Sorry, I'm getting distracted.
Burrow. A day or so, but it would be risky. If we've taken this much damage, likely they have as well, and are probably dealing with a similar crisis.
So no support from them.
I doubt it. Plus, Lady de Costa Roca's kind of arguing with me a bit at the moment.
So no support from them.
Perhaps.
Good old petty squabbles.
If we have this script, can you read it?
I believe so, if we can find it.
Excellent. Although I don't know what it will be.
It might shed some light on what this incantation actually was.
Well, we can see what it was. It summoned a bird thing for the sky.
Sorry. Everyone... My mum's also on the farm. Everyone else is still there. I don't know if they're okay. I don't know what happened.
Are you Francine's boy?
Yeah. But you know my mum.
In passing.
Oh, okay. Well, look, Fraudry will be there protecting them. That's, the, famous dwarven hero? Fraudry?
No.
I am not from here.
Oh. Where are you from?
No.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, so that sounds nice. And we've got another plan, so...
Well, I mean, any help we can get in defeating these
Well, yeah.
creatures would be helpful.
I don't see another choice, so.
Do you have mages, wizards, sorcerers, any of the kind here?
The only spellcasters in the village are in this room.
Oh shit.
Great. What about fighters, assassins?
That would also be useful. Can I have a sword? Do you have any rapiers lying around? It sounds very likely that I'm going to be risking my neck for you.
We're a peaceful farming village.
That doesn't answer my question.
No, unfortunately.
It does, actually.
Poor effort. So what if someone walks up on you and tries to take said village? They're going to rely on one person.
I'm sorry, would you like to be kicked outside with those creatures?
I mean,
We're going out there anyway,
I was going to
so-
say, it sounds like that's the way it's headed anyway.
Yes, but at least you'd have company, because of course we'd want the village guardian to keep an eye on you and help you.
Or maybe I won't look out for you. You're not
question-
from here. I have no loyalty
Your
to you.
priorities are quite concerning.
Indeed, let's try to keep
You have
wobbles out of this.
You seem to have some guards here, and look, at the end of the day, it seems very much like that the two of us will need to find this script and somehow figure out what the cause of all of this is. And I'd rather not die from being completely defenseless. I know how to defend myself, but my equipment is very far from here.
I have a spare short sword you may use.
I suppose that could work.
There would also be kitchen knives and the like if you wish to take one of those.
Sure, I'll make do. I've done it before.
Further, how was the fort?
We've fortified it a bit more.
Did you have enough?
I really hope that was a pun.
It was an attempt.
It was
Quite good. Perhaps in poor taste in this moment, but I appreciated it.
Gallows humor. Why not?
Well, what else is there in times of such peril?
I have Josh and a few of the more stronger, shall we say, villagers keeping an eye on things.
But that sounds like a stopgap measure.
Yes. It will hold, but for how long, I don't know.
So perhaps getting a way for us to defend ourselves should something get in. Equipment.
That traveling salesman, he seemed to have some weapons on board.
He had tarts.
Hugh. He did have a lot of trinkets.
Perhaps if we can find his cart, he might have a rapier for you.
There's also the forge. Wilfred, he's been working on that shipment for your
That
soldiers,
seems like
right?
it'd be much closer.
That is true.
I want trinkets.
What is closer,
maybe
the
on the
forge
way
or the...
back.
The cart? The cart.
Or no, not the cart, the stage.
I pulled the
Green,
feather.
the
the
green is
hat.
closer. The green is closer.
Stop there.
But to get to the green,
It's in.
It looks fabulous, darling.
Nap time.
nap time. All right.
Jesus.
So, welcome to Tentries.
Hey!
Looks like the cart is closest.
Yeah.
It's also out in the open. While
My
the village, you have the
concern-
cover of the buildings and stuff.
My concern is that the longer we spend out here, the more danger we're in. I think we should limit our options. If we don't need to do all of these things, maybe we select the most reasonable.
So the stage?
Well, we need to get there either way. Blacksmith might be a good idea. How well armed are you in the situation?
I pull out my hair, which contains my two short swords.
Fascinating. And yourself?
And I also have
You
these.
don't need to worry about me.
My feet.
I think I do. If we're
And my
all
horns.
going into danger to, potentially die, it'd be good to know that you're properly outfitted.
Yet I am the guardian of this village, so.
Okay.
I will say, you're probably not in armor. I don't know if you wear armor, but you're probably not in it right now.
You are wearing sticks.
But if you have armor, it would,
Pretty good
it would be
sticks.
in the fort, so.
I do like
That's the
them.
heartiest.
I know that you know about good sticks. Do I wear armor? Don't know. How do I know? Oh, light armor.
Yeah.
So probably
So,
not.
yeah, you probably have
I don't know.
like leather armor here somewhere.
Can I fashion it
This
into?
is your bedroom.
You would,
You just open the closet
if you have armor, it would be in the fort. So you'd be okay.
Yeah.
to go and get that. Like, he can assume you've got it. Basically, it's just Felix who has.
I mean, if we're saying that this is where...
This is your bedroom.
Are we saying that this is where my bedroom is? Are we literally saying that?
It's up to you. I don't know if you live in the village or if you live in the fort. Actually, that's a fair point.
It would make sense that I live in the fort, though.
I sort of was thinking you did, so
Yeah,
it's
I
up
think
to
that
you.
makes a lot of
Okay,
sense.
so you and Bora both.
Well,
live in
that's
the
good.
fort.
Then I have access to my weapons then.
Yeah, you would.
Well, I go get my weapons.
Okay.
Well, I think that answers that question.
Okay, well...
So it's just little old me going out there, helpless, defenseless.
Well, what,
You have a
I've
short
already
sword.
said you can use
Yeah.
my short sword.
Well, it's a start. Thank you, darling, for being the reasonable
I'm
one.
sorry, what did you prefer?
To not die.
Can you just answer the question?
I did. What other answer would there be?
What
maybe
weapon would you prefer?
I'm quite proficient with a rapier, and some leather armor would go a long way. That's basically it. Knives are always good, just in case we have to get up close and personal.
Feel free to take anything from the kitchen. Maybe
Right.
leave a couple.
I've made kitchen knives work before. That sounded very ominous. I didn't mean it that way.
You did. I'm gonna roll an insight check.
Me too. I rolled a 3. Oh. He's killed a man.
Bora rolled a 19.
We're going to ask
Roll a
about that.
19.
What have you done?
You don't know. Yeah, he's used kitchen knives before.
Yeah.
So, plan of attack. We go to the green, find the cart, get what we can from the cart.
Is it on the way to the stage?
Yes.
It's in the
Okay.
same area.
It's in the yes. Perhaps we bring someone that can defend themselves, but also return to the fort to take back any food they find on the cart to the fort.
Someone young and spry.
When this child...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can help.
How old are you?
Old enough. Old enough to build this up. It's my name day.
What does that mean?
It means he's just become a man.
You're 12.
What?
A bit of different. Different
I'm
culture.
18.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I feel as though if Emmett were to come with us, he would not stop at the green, he would come with us to the forge.
Right.
So we need someone else alongside this 18-year-old child.
What are you, the captain? What's your name again?
Captain?
Oh, is that what you are? I've already forgotten what you do.
Terrence, you mean?
Yeah, that guy.
I...
Do you feel like joining in the fun?
He doesn't need to come.
Are you sure?
Indeed.
I'm sure it would be such.
My talents are
Couldn't tell,
far better
Bishop.
suited here,
Come on, think
overseeing operations.
I think it would be quite a kick.
I mean,
I think you
Hitler
should
Telfisher
prove
needs to be kept
your worth to the king
safe
by bringing these
by
people
all means
back.
necessary.
And what? You're afraid that you won't be able to protect him?
I think that he
I think he should stay here.
Fine. You've pulled my leg.
You haven't pulled mine.
10.
I did not actually mean to convince you, but I'm all for it.
Perhaps
He looks at Anielloa, whose name you don't know, but we'll introduce that in a second, who just said, told him to prove his worth to the king by coming. And he goes, my worth to the king is beyond question, and he does not require me to fight to do that. I am valuable for my mind, unlike you barbarians.
well, that's settled then.
You are so entertaining, you know that?
Why?
Can we keep him?
I'd like to bring him just for fun.
As entertaining as that would be, I don't actually want anyone to get hurt.
Okay, can we
What
get...
about
Maybe
No
don't
one
finish that
Don't
sentence.
either.
that
No
big
one-
ox of a man?
That could be. How about you, big boy? He's here, right?
No, not Buro. The one that was yelling
No, I
at
thought
you.
that. I thought
No,
the
he
big
didn't
dude
come
was.
up.
Oh, how about that, big boy?
Which one was it?
I think of all the people to trust,
yeah.
he might be the last, but if you want to, I won't stop you, I suppose.
I'd rather not someone not throw me to the insects, but we have some options. Do you know anyone else?
Laura just walks over to the window and knocks one down the wall again.
Can we
Good boy.
please take...
No.
No.
You know
No,
what? How about this?
he needs to.
Leader of the village.
My dear, you seem to be.
Yeah, I need someone on my side.
You
to
seem
say.
to be the most informed. Why don't you choose? It's all well and fun, but as much as I like a good
Yes.
jaunt.
Someone trustworthy
we are
that can
wasting
be in and out quick. Get all the goods to the fort.
Okay. I will choose someone that I know.
Okay, sure. So the
now
best
the
person,
Bachelorette.
the best
Must
person,
choose.
the best person by far is Emmett. The issue of him potentially wanting to go into the fort is an issue, but he is the only actual fighter in the village that is in the building that isn't in this room, or Josh. We're going to say his name is Joshan.
Joshan.
Yeah.
I think he's got some spunk.
I know that Emmett might, not do exactly what we want, but I think we should bring him.
I agree.
I think it'll be fine.
As do I.
Yeah. And I really don't want to spend any more time talking about this. Let's just get into it.
Agreed.
Okay?
I've had my fun.
Let's follow me. Come with me.
Okay.
He starts to walk out of the room,
Do we
looking.
pass the kitchen?
No, you'd be able to. And he, as he's walking, turns back to you all and says, "I didn't catch your names. Round of introductions, surely."
Yeah, they do not know yours.
I am Anielloa.
Anielloa. That's a lovely name.
Thank you.
I'm Felix. Felix Blyton.
Hello.
Burro de Calgaria.
Hello.
It's a pleasure.
You're very big.
I have been told that. I'm actually quite small for my kind.
Who are you?
Knives. Knives red.
You don't waste any time, do you?
I like it.
I am Headlet Hellfishop.
Go away.
You told us that not 5 minutes
Well, I
ago.
thought you might need to know.
Yeah, we
More.
do know. You're the official, or
Can we feed him iron? Will you die?
what?
Please just.
Did you say feed him iron? What a mind!
Sure, he gets plenty of iron from his diet.
I know. Just look at the strapping man in front of us.
Indeed. Quite. Deception, probably.
persuasion. Cocked.
Yeah, he's not strong.
That was. Fuck. I wish I wasn't so adamant about. Because it was barely cocked, but I was like, screw it, I rolled worse. What am I doing? Deception?
Yep.
I don't care. Plus okay, it's 10.
10?
I got plus 7.
Sure. Well, thank you. I have spent a bit of time underwater and, I did my fair share of the hard work on the ship. He didn't.
Okay.
Ugh.
All right.
What is your name?
I was wondering if you were going to
I
ask. It was
don't
quite
have
funny
to
that
do
you
this
didn't.
very often. My name is Juniper.
That's nice.
And now that all of our introductions are completed, he opens the door back to the main room.
Oh, I like
Come on, everyone.
Oh, of course.
Right, well, I guess let's go die.
So,
I
walks
walk out
into the
first.
main room.
Cheers to that.
Everyone in the crowd,
I'm going to wait for the
so
crowd.
everyone who can stand begins to stand up. You once again see all the injured, unhappy, despairing people crowding around, huddling to each other for warmth and for comfort. Some beginning to look at each other with perhaps a hint of mistrust. And then the Thessarians, the two big people, get up as you walk in and go, "So, we're gonna hang them then?" "Yeah, I think we get to hang them, right?" And then Burro says, Now. These wonderful, lovely individuals have agreed to help us solve our problems. Now, of course, if they were responsible, they would never have done such a thing. So,
And my good friends, if I am to die out there, I hope you know that I truly do not know what happened and meant no harm. And
I don't believe you, and I hope you die.
Wow. You're all so fun.
Now, let's just keep it calm. Surely we can agree that should this all get solved, at least that would help with the suspicion of guilt. So, before anyone's able to speak up, these good people will be going out to save the day. Heroes. Let's thank them for that. There's a bit of a few murmurs of like, thanks. And then
You're welcome.
I will remain to watch over you all, as will Joshan. We're all going to be safe here. Everything will be all right. He kind of says the last one to you guys as well.
Does anyone have an umbrella?
Probably not. No.
What is an umbrella?
What is this word you're saying?
Materia is so boring.
All right. So, is there anything you guys want to do before you head out into the village?
Go find a kitchen knife.
Yeah, sure.
And if an Anielloa, is that right? Anielloa will lend me her short sword.
Yeah, I said that's fine.
Splendid, thank you. Just double checking.
I'll go talk to Josh and word him up and try and get him to choose some people to help keep an eye on things.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Like honorary guards.
Yeah, easy. So he. All right. You starts like moving around and finding people, and Emmett goes, "So I'm coming with you guys."
Yes.
Come on, lad.
I'll be honest, it's kind of an adventure, right?
Of course it is.
Probably a very short one.
Hopefully.
You're so excitable.
I suppose so.
I like it.
Thanks.
Let's go.
I like your hair.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I go up to Paula before we leave. That certainly went to shit.
You could say that. I don't know that it's my worst performance, but it's close.
I just don't know how well you're going to come back from this one, but if all goes wrong, I appreciate you taking a chance on me.
Of course.
Hard to find.
I mean, hard to pass up such great talent, right?
I will say, in the past 4 years of travels, you have been my favorite.
And you've been one of mine.
You hurt me, woman. Farewell.
Good luck out there. Don't die.
I don't know about that one, but I'll do my best, that's for sure. Keep Dominic safe.
Dominic, as you say that, kind of staggers over and...
I wish I could be out there with you.
Good man. Take care of that wrist.
That's not even the broken one.
Damn.
Did the lady that I cut her arm off survive? Did she make it?
So you go over and check on her.
I'm not going over there.
Okay, well, you look around through the crowd.
Yeah.
You can see she's just kind of sitting there with her shoulder like totally bandaged up.
Excellent.
And she looks at you and actually kind of like attempts a little smile and kind of nods. She doesn't do anything, looks at her arm and then goes and raises the other one to wave instead.
I helped.
Felix does take a moment where he just kind of
You
looks at
helped her?
everyone and his demeanor just kind of shifts for a second. He's like,
Is that your handiwork?
Yes. She was going to die.
I'm sure she.
I saved her.
Yeah, she's certainly alive.
Yes.
She is. Yeah. I'm gonna take off my hoop skirt.
Damn it!
I'm sure my headdress would have flown off.
Yeah.
While we were running.
Pretty much everyone's like costumes are fairly ragged and destroyed,
Yeah.
which is why everyone's now noticing
Yeah.
the one person whose isn't.
I'm gonna like sort of rip it down because I've made it. It's made of natural material. I'm just gonna rip it down the center and then make it like it's a blanket and put it over some people who look like they need it.
Yeah, cool.
yeah, Felix kind of like in the middle of the banter just kind of takes a moment, looks in on everything that's happened and just kind of his demeanor shifts for a second and he's like, Right. And same deal. He kind of strips some of the nonsense off of his cape, gets rid of the hat. He actually probably looks pretty close to the mini at this point because he'd had the silken shirt and the cape. Yeah, do keep him safe.
Are we going through the garden?
All right. I guess you'd know best. Lead the way.
And we'll end that there. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon to see part 2 coming soon. See you next time.